This is the color scheme that I use for my videos. Make sure you copy down the black. This is one of the trickiest problems that we've seen in this section so far. The way you get this is you have to realize that the type tree A's is going to be equal to the type tree B's raised by 20%. And the way you raise it by 20% is you multiply by 1.20. We're given A, so in order to solve for B, you can divide both sides by 1.2 and get the answer. It's tricky for a lot of reasons, but what you have to realize is that there are a couple ways of increasing or decreasing a number. The way that it's most often taught, if you want to increase something, you add it at the original times the percent increase. The method involves adding something to the original, and that's just not going to be very effective. It's better to think about increase and decrease by multiplication. $20, let's say you don't want to change it at all. If you don't want to change $20 by using multiplication, you multiply it by 1 and you still get 20. But if you want to increase that just a little bit, you can multiply it by 1.01. You can see here it becomes $20.20, and that's a 1% increase. If you multiply it by something slightly larger, 1.02, you get even a 2% increase. Decreasing is very similar. You can multiply it by not 1, but by something just a little bit less than 1, 0.99. And do that, you see that you get a 1% decrease. 0.98 would be a 2% decrease. So to put it in terms of applications, if you wanted to add tax onto something, then that would be, say, a $35 purchase increased by 1.08 for an 8% increase. Multiply that and you figure out what the new price is, including tax. There are lots of tricks here. First of all, if you just read the sentence, type A trees produce 20% more pears than type B trees did, then you might think, just based on reading it, translating it into an equation, that it's A times 1.2 is equal to B. However, it's B that needs the increase in order to give A. So that's why you have to multiply B times 1.20. If you have no idea what you're doing at all, and you just take the two numbers that are given and you subtract, you get C, but you really can't subtract 20% from 144 pairs to get the new pairs. 20% of 144 is 29. If you think that you can just decrease 144 by 20%, that would be decreasing it by 29 pairs to get the incorrect answer of 115. That would be answer A. But the problem with that is that this multiplication here, when you decrease something by 20%, you should be decreasing the B value, not the given A value. This is the A value here. You can't decrease it by 20%. You need to find 20% of the B value, which you don't even have. The way you accommodate for not having it is you can multiply this by B to get the A, and then work your way backwards. And one last ditch effort, if you really don't know what you're doing, then you can just guess and check. You can plug in 120 plus 120 increased by 20%, and that will give you 144. Although I think this method is faster, a lot faster, it gives you the answer directly, but you can guess and check to find the answer. It's also a good way to verify your answer once you know that it is correct if you've got extra time.